Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video. And in today's video, we're going to have a look at Cardano ADA, also known as ADA. We've got lots of crucial questions that we regularly get asked. And I thought, you know what? There's a lot to cover when it comes to ADA. There's lots of big announcements, lots of updates. And I thought, you know what? I haven't done a video on it from a fundamental viewpoint in a long time. So we're going to cover some of the crucial questions like how low can Cardano ADA go? Is Cardano a good investment? Will ADA Cardano go up? Why Cardano better than Ethereum? And these are the common questions that we get, alongside how high can Cardano go? And I think that'll be the last question in this video. So stay tuned till the very end. There's lots to cover. And if you enjoyed today's video, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tap in that bell, selecting all those notifications so you never miss a video. Right, let's get down to the desktop. Let's get into all this juiciness. So the right place to start would be coin market cap, and let's have a look at the total market cap of all cryptocurrencies, standing at 1.21 trillion, down 0.46% at the time of recording. But the really juicy stuff, the really juicy piece of information that I've got for you all is that Cardano has once again flipped Solana, and Solana being the protocol heavily invested by VCs, and has really sort of pulled back quite significantly. Has had its struggles, let's be quite frank, but Cardano has flipped Solana. I am expecting more volatility in the market, so whether it stays this way in the short term, I'm unsure, but long term I expect to see Cardano above Solana. Time will tell whether that is a prediction that comes to reality, but ultimately I think it's got superior technology, it's peer reviewed, and I expect it to do phenomenally well, especially with a lot of the upgrades and information that we're going to cover in today's video. So let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on Cardano in the comments below. Are you really bullish or are you bearish on Cardano? I see all sorts of information flying around the interwebs, and for me it's really interesting. But before we get into a lot of the deeper analysis and fundamental stuff that I want to cover, I guess that question that comes up is Cardano a good investment? And I think the first place to start in order to answer that question would be some of the analytics that sit beneath the protocol. So let's have a look, right? And we know that supply and demand is a really important aspect when it comes to investing in cryptocurrency in particular, right? You see the demand outweighing the supply, you get price increase or price appreciation. And I think we're going to see this with Cardano, that currently has 72% of ADA or ADA locked up staking. And I think this is really important to highlight to everybody, because I believe that, in the coming weeks, the coming months, we're going to start to really see a squeeze on the supply. Now, you might ask why I believe this, and my answer to that would be the fact that we have 72% already delegated or staking their ADA, and we're going to have multiple protocols and projects start to onboard onto the Cardano ecosystem once we've had the next upgrade. So and the upgrade's the 26th or the 28th of June, I believe. So I believe we're still on track for all of that. And with that, we're going to have liquidity pools set up. We're going to have yielding opportunities, more so than we've already got. Now, we've got that already. There's going to be higher, opportunities for, bigger yield potentials. And I think that this is going to mean that we're going to see a more of a squeeze on the supply. And in turn, you're going to start to see Binance and Crypto.com and KuCoin and FTX and all these different exchanges start to offer more lucrative opportunities for staking on their exchanges. So this is something that I think we're going to see more and more of sporadically over the coming weeks and months. Do let me know what your thoughts and opinions are, but I do see real value. So when I'm asked that question, is Cardano a good investment, or is Cardano ADA a good investment? The answer to me would be yes. I look at what's going on with Cardano, and you'll see more of this throughout the rest of the video. The stuff that's happening on Cardano is very different to what we're seeing on a lot of the other protocols. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts and opinions are in the comments. Really interested to know. And if you disagree with me, be constructive and let me know why. I'm really interested. Number of wallets on a per day has come down, but they're not always going to be going up in an upward trajectory, although over time they're still increasing. Total value locked is at 250 million. I can show that here, almost 251 million. The average block load is in green currently at 79.48%. The adjusted volume per day is down. That is kind of in line with the rest of the market. Native tokens, again, another positive, I guess, sign that the ecosystem is going to flourish. The number of native tokens again is on the increase, and again you could say that payments and transactions are also higher, probably down to the likes of NFT projects that are live on Cardano. So to add to the analytics that we've got here, Cardano has added over 2,000 new wallets daily in the month, despite the market volatility. And I think this is really bullish sort of sentiment, really, and would indicate that it is a good investment. Now, I believe that we will see ADA or ADA Cardano go up over time, and we'll come on to some of the reasons as to why I believe this later in the video, and we'll also come on to how high I believe Cardano can go. But this is another metric that is often missed and not really talked about, but the number of wallets increasing I think is a real positive metric to be reviewing. So now's the time to answer the question, how low will Cardano ADA go? And I believe that we can sort of get down to as low as 30 cent, and Nick has articulated this in many of the Cardano ADA videos that we do. But why do I believe this, right? And I will come on to the other question of, will ADA Cardano go up as well, right? Because I think we can answer this in this section of the video. And to be honest, we just have to go and have a look at the whale transactions, which hit a 4-month high after ADA price bottomed out. Now, I'm not going to read through this article, but you can see from the charts here, and I'm just going to load it up on my screen, that we have seen huge purchases when it comes to the ADA or the Cardano whales. And I think this is something that we're going to see, right? Because this was at 40 cent. Now, I'm expecting us to go down to 30 cent. I do expect the price to go up before it goes down, but ultimately check out Nick's technical analysis videos, and he will sort of articulate it in a little bit more detail from a technical analysis point of view. But ultimately 30 cent is going to be where I feel ADA is going to go. We will go up before we go down. I think once we go down, purchasing there, I think will be really good. But anything below 40 cent in my eyes is a fantastic price for ADA. And ultimately, I think, will ADA go up from 40 or 30 cent? In my mind, yes, it will go much higher. And that's why we can see these whales purchasing alongside all of the data that comes up, alongside the whales purchasing. I think these two aspects are, things or indicators that we should look at. Plus, we've got 4 million assets issued on Cardano's ecosystem as per 𝗕𝗪𝗪. Again, I'm not going to go through this in this particular video. I am going to drop the link to this article in our Discord. It's free to join our Discord. Link is in the description of the video. We would love to chat with you in our Discord, have more meaningful conversations with us there. We have chat rooms. We have areas where, they're a bit like Telegram, where you can just chat. We have a fantastic community that love Cardano and many other projects in the space, and we quite often do technical analysis there as well. So do check that out. And also, check out our Patreon. Link is in the description. We would love to have you there. We do 2 weekly AMAs where you can ask us anything. So check those out. But this for me is fantastic. Alongside, the fact that we've got Cardano Accelerator program, that's just netted $105 million in ADA. I think this is just phenomenal. And again, this for me just demonstrates, that we're expecting ADA to go up in the long term. And when I say long term, medium to long term, right? I think the next bull cycle, Cardano ADA is going to be right up there amongst, some of the top protocols in the space when we come to it. Now, with all that said, I'm not a financial advisor. We should treat this as educational purposes only. I'm not suggesting to FOMO into Cardano or any other asset in this space. I would encourage you to go do your own research. There's no substitute for that. And ultimately, this is not financial advice. So, this is a project that I think has better technology than Ethereum, and ultimately, we're going to see some real adoption when it comes to, I guess, accelerator programs. I think this is huge, and ultimately it's one of those things that's underestimated. But I do have to come back and circle back to that question around, why Cardano better than Ethereum, or why is Cardano better than Ethereum? And the reason why I have to circle back to this is not so you get my take on it, but somebody that is I guess more familiar from a technical standpoint of a protocol like Ethereum, because they've operated on it, but also Cardano. So I'm going to pass you over to a previous segment of an interview that I did with Dr. 𝗕𝗃𝗀𝗀.
People use Ethereum because it's more built out, but actually that's like dinosaur grade technology by now. Now, maybe they'll upgrade Ethereum so that it joins the club of fast, cheap, scalable blockchains, right? But I think that the Plutus smart contract framework in Cardano is more interesting and goes beyond just being a fast, cheap blockchain, because it gives you a sort of more flexible, usable, and secure tool for implementing blockchain-based applications. I mean, you can't say Solidity is intrinsically insecure, but you can say that it certainly gives developers a lot of rope to hang themselves with, right? Like in Solidity, it's easier to write an insecure than a secure application. And I'd say in Plutus, it's easier to write a secure than an insecure application. And that's probably the side of things that you want to be on.
So as you can see from there, Dr. 𝗕𝗃𝗀𝗀 does feel that it's much easier to write bad code or compromised code on Ethereum than it is Cardano. So I think this is really important. Safety is an aspect that I talk about an awful lot on the channel. I don't want people to be losing money in the space. The fact that Cardano is peer reviewed, not been rushed to market, I do feel that it's going to have that superior edge when it comes to all of these other protocols. Just my opinion. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinions are, both from a technical and a fundamental viewpoint. Really interested to know. That brings me to the final piece that I wanted to cover off here, and is that Trezor or Trezor, however you pronounce it, hardware wallets now support Cardano. Again, another bullish sign, more adoption, and ultimately for me, I look at this whole protocol and believe that this is the future. I really do like everything that Cardano are doing. I like the fact that Charles Hoskinson, has a YouTube channel. He is vocal. He is keeping the community up to date. He does answer the questions of the community. I will end this video stating that I believe that Cardano can go higher than $10, in the long term. In the short term, I believe that Cardano will go down to as low as 30 cents. I don't think it's going to stay there long. I think that whales will be chewing at a piece to buy up all that ADA alongside people like myself. I do think that in the short term, we're going to have volatility. In the long term, I really do believe that Cardano is one of those projects that is just going to outperform many others. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.